Hello, I'm Linda from Barlates Body Blitz, and here's little Minnie in her bucket bed. Today we're doing hip mobility openers. Most of the workout will be on the mat, so all you need is a mat. We'll also be doing some work against the wall, so you want to make sure you've got a bit of space there. We're just going to start in a standing position and then work our way down. It's very much a hip opening workout today, so it's going to be a lot of stretching, not so much a high intensity, high calorie burn type workout, but definitely something that will help with your hip mobility, especially if you're tight in your hip flexor area. Okay, let's get into it. Straight into a wide plie position. You don't have to come super low here. I just want you to get that opening sensation. So turn out your feet as much as possible. Come into a really light kind of pulse and think about pushing your knees towards the back every time you come down. You want to have your tummy in, your back is nice and flat, your shoulders are down and back. And as you come down, start to use your hands now to pause for a split second at the bottom and push even harder into the inside of the knees to push those knees open. Down and back, down and back. It doesn't have to be a really big push, but I want you to start really feeling that stretching sensation in the inner thighs, which are also connected to your hip flexors. 3 more like this. 2, 1. Now I want you to come down and actually hinge forward and start to rotate through the shoulders as if you're doing a shoulder stretch. So as you push into that straight arm, I want you to think once again, push your knee to the back. Push and open. Push and open. So yes, this is a shoulder stretch, but more than anything, I want you to focus on opening up through those hips and inner thighs. Push and open. Flat back here. 4 more. 3, 2, 1. Now stay on this side and just come out of it a bit and then push. Come out of it a bit and then push more. Push. Push. So you're pushing with that hand on the inner knee and doing that little mini rotation. 4 more. 3, 2, 1. Try not to fall over and do the other side. So just coming out of it a bit and then pushing again. Staying low in this and focusing on pushing that knee to the back. Press, press. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Okay, we're going to come into a kind of squat or frog sort of position. If this is not comfortable for you, you can stay up higher and maybe put your hands on the seat of a chair and do it that way. But if you can, just come down here and we're going to do something very similar. You can put your hands down in front of you as long as your tummy's in and you've got a flat back, and start pushing your knees towards the back. So it's a very similar position. If you're balanced here, you can do the same thing we just did, or just use one hand to begin with and then switch it up halfway through. So a light pulse to the back, really thinking about opening up again for 4, 3, 2, 1. Now stay open and just use one side and press further back. Further back, further back. So both sides are opening, but this side with the hand is opening more. Push, push. So I want you to think about slightly tucking your hips forward as you press back. Just 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch it out and again, press it, press it. Really opening up. So if you have anything where you've got imbalances in your posture, especially your knees may be turning in, that's what happened with me. My knees turned in even from childhood, and doing exercises like this in turned out position really helps to balance that out. 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to start bringing one knee parallel and opening it out. So just bring it in, and as you do that, you can go even further back with that upright knee. So let's just use our hand once again, push and tuck, push and tuck, push and tuck. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now come back to this side and just do a little push and tuck. Push and tuck your hips. Tuck your hip forward as you push back. Push and tuck, push and tuck. 4, 3, stretching through here. 2, 1, same thing, other side. Push and tuck. So you're slightly tucking your hips forward as you push further back on that knee. Just a few more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. So that should feel really open now. Okay, we're going to lay down and we're going to put our feet up against the wall. So you want to have approximately a 90-degree angle with your legs. Your hands can be out to the side. If you find that you are starting to move too much through the shoulder area, which I want you to stay anchored down, you could even grab 2 dumbbells, heavier dumbbells, and hold on to them, and that will anchor you down. But all we're going to start doing is rocking side to side. So I want you to keep your back into the mat. Belly button is pulled in. Your shoulders are glued to the mat. So even though your hip is slightly coming up, everything from your waist up is staying glued down. So I just want you to come to your low point. I really want you to start feeling the stretch in the opposite hip as you tip your knees away. And you might need to keep adjusting. That's fine. 3 more. 2, 1. Now I want you to tip to the side, extend the top leg in line, and can you tap the wall? So this pressure of the top leg on the bottom leg is increasing that stretch. Then come back in line, tip to the other side, extend the top leg and press. Back in line, over, extend. Back in line, over, extend. So the vital part is that you tap the wall with the top leg, because that is going to increase that stretch. Extend. And if this is sore on your feet, you can wear footwear for this and get a bit of cushioning from your shoes. And across, side and across, side and across. One more each way. So remember, the top portion of your torso is glued down, across. Okay, so now from here, we're going to scoot closer to the wall. I want you to be able to put your butt against the wall. We're going to bring one leg down to the side, and I want you to think about pressing the inside of your calf and shin against the wall. Then we're going to bring it up and the other side down. So you know you've got to stay really close to the wall in order to be able to do this sliding motion, and it's by keeping your entire knee all the way down to the ankle pressed against the wall. That's what's going to give you that opening in the outer hips. Come down and press. It's slow and controlled. Come down and press. So when I say press, I'm saying press the entire inside of that leg against the wall. The top leg's not doing anything. It's the bottom leg here that's pressing. Use your hands in the floor, in the mat, to help you to press even more. And as you press, even think a little bit, tuck your hips. Press and slightly tuck. Again, up and press and tuck. Coming back to this side, now stay down, and we're going to join the top leg. So you're in like a Z position, and now I want you to think, press both sides of the legs into the wall. The inner side of the bottom leg, the outer side of the top leg, press. Come up and up, down and down, And once again, just press. Help yourself with your hands, even if you have to claw the carpet. Do something to help you press further. Come up and up, down and press. And one side might be a lot tighter than the other. That's quite common. Up and up, down and press. One more time. This is not about going fast. This is about slow and really focusing and feeling the motion. Last time on this side. Down and press. Nice job. Okay, we're scooting away again from the wall. So you want to have maybe a slightly wider angle this time. And we're going to start off with our legs turned out. And I want you to bring your feet above your hips, and we're just going to open out and pull in to start with. Maybe point and flex on the way in, point down, flex on the way in. So I want you to get that same opening sensation that we had in the wide plie position, but this time you're letting the leg weight, or the weight of the legs, open up and drop open. Okay, so if you want to, you could even increase that by pushing on the inner thigh, but you don't even need to, because just the weight of those legs is already doing that for you. One more of these. Now we're going to add on. We're going to join our heels. We're going to come into like a little froggy and extend. Then open out and come up. It's a froggy, it's an extend. It's open out and come up. In and out. In, extend and up. In and out. In, extend and up. Just a few more of these. In, extend and up. How about just one more of these? In and out. In, out and up. Now I want you to be able to come a bit closer. I want you to be able to press your heels in and come up into a tuck. So we're going to come in, out, up and tuck. So you're tucking your hips up to the ceiling, blowing all the air out, thinking, stretching through this hip flexor area. So you're coming in, out, tuck and squeeze. In, out, tuck and squeeze. We're going to add on again. We're going to come in, we're going to extend, we're going to come up, then in, out, tuck and squeeze. In and extend, up first, then in, out, tuck and squeeze. 3 more like this. In, out, tuck and squeeze. In and extend, come up, in, out, tuck and squeeze. Last time. Out first, froggy, out, tuck and squeeze. Now stay up here. You might need to scoot a little bit closer actually. Stay up here and we're just going to hip, hip. So going side to side with a little tuck, staying in line with that knee, hip up, hip up. Just a few of these. Up and up, up and up. 4, 3, 2, last. 1. Now coming down, and I want you to come into a happy baby if you can. If you can hold on to your heels, otherwise maybe hold on further down. If you can push into your heels here and really allow that opening, I want you to start rocking side to side. Now, if you can, I want you to rock all the way over and tap your knee on the mat. Can you do that? I really want you to push into your heels to push your legs down. That's going to create more of an opening sensation. Side to side. Open and open. 4 more like this. 3, 2, last 1. Now we're going to come all the way over with that leg. So your bottom leg is bent all the way over, touch, and then to the other side, all the way over, touch. You don't really need to be against the wall for this. So if you want to scoot away, you can. So bend, open wide, across and touch the top foot down onto the mat. Bend, open wide. You can hold on to your heels if you want to, but you don't need to. Bend, open into that happy baby, across and touch. Bend, open, across and touch. 1 more the other side. Bend, open, across and touch. Amazing job. Okay, let's come up and we're going to go into a semi-plank position. So, starting with the front leg, we're going to come into a pigeon pose. So I want you to come into a plank, bring your knee under and sit back. So your knee is in line with your belly button and you're holding this stretch, just feeling the stretching of the outside of that hip. This pigeon pose is one of the best for really stretching the outer hip. If you have tightness in your outer hips and glutes and you get knee pain on the inside of your knee, that's because of that tightness, okay? So this is really going to help you. So we're going to go from here, curl your back toe under, to open it out. Okay, so now we're opening the other way. So we're stretching the inside, curl your foot under, help yourself up, come to pigeon. This should feel good. Curl under, open up. Now your knee's in line with your hip this way. You don't have to be all the way up here if you prefer to come down, or even all the way down here. But obviously the more you stretch up, the more you're going to feel the stretch. You also feel the stretch in the front of the thigh of the extended leg. Come back into pigeon. Are you feeling this? Again, open up. And again, pigeon. One more time, open up. And pigeon. Now if you want to increase the intensity of this stretch, come further down. You can also bring your shin more parallel. That definitely makes a big difference. I'm quite tight in my outer hips, so I find this enough, but if you want to make it harder or more intensive a stretch, then bring your shin parallel. Breathe into it. And then bring your other leg around and hook this one back. So in this position, you are going to be feeling the stretch in the front. If you lean back, lean on your arms, and then try to bring your knees together and press this hip up. You can do it all the way lying down if you prefer, but I want you to push up with that hip. So if you're all the way down here, you're going to feel it even more. But what I want you to focus on is keeping your knees together and pushing up with this hip. You'll feel it all the way down into that inner knee area. So if you get that inner knee pain because of the tight outer hip, this is the stretch for you. Definitely feeling that. Now we're going to go into a pigeon into this stretch, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to extend, come back and bend, extend, come back and bend, tuck. Extend, come back and bend. You can hinge forward. Extend, come back and push. Again, forward, back, back, straighten the back leg. And again, back and push. Last time to end back in that pigeon. And we're going to switch sides. So I'm just going to switch sides because it's easier for you to see my leg. So we're coming into a pigeon on the other side. So remember, you're aligning your knee with your belly button. You don't have to come down here. I just want you to push and keep this glute down. Now curl your toe under and open your leg to the side. You can come down here if you prefer, but this is where the stretch is. So just keep your arms by your side, back into pigeon. Deep breaths here, using your hands underneath your shoulder. Curl under, open out. Curl under, back to pigeon. Curl under, open out again. Pigeon. And out. Now come back into pigeon and hold it here for a minute. Deep breaths. Up to you how low you want to go. The main point is really just to stretch here. And then we're going to bring this leg in front and this to the side. So once again, your knees are together, shoulders are down and back. You're going to lean back and you want to make sure that you're pressing this hip, press it up. Just press up, really stretching this entire area. You should feel the stretch all the way from the outer hip to the inner knee. Really nice stretch. You can pulse a little bit here, squeeze and tuck, squeeze and tuck. So we're going to do that transition. We're going to go from pigeon to this stretch. So straighten your other leg, come behind, and then straighten out again. Come back and slightly push up. It's up and back, bend and straighten the back leg. And it's straighten, straighten, bend, lean back and tuck. Again, forward. And straighten, straighten. Come behind and tuck. One more time. And forward. And then straighten, straighten. Come behind and tuck. Awesome job. Okay, we're nearing the end. We're going to do a little bit more. So I want you to come into a wide straddle position. And then if you can, bring this leg all the way in. Try and get your heel as close to your glutes as you can. Can you wrap your arm around behind? You don't have to even grab on with your other hand. I just want you to wrap your arm around, and then I want you to make a fist and push in behind and just really lock it in. So in this position, you're using your arm to push back on that knee. Now, if this is too uncomfortable, then just use your elbow like this and push into that. Okay, you don't have to wrap around. This side here is also open, so push maybe against your inner knee with the other hand and just hold this really wide open position. Just breathe here. You should feel good in a way, in a torturous kind of way. It's a stretching and opening. Now we're going to allow that leg to drop in, open up and pull back. So you're actually pulling back now. Open up and pull back. Drop to the center, open up and pull back. Drop to the center, open up and pull back. 3 more. 2. And last one. Awesome job. Extend, bring your other leg in. Try to really open the angle wide. So rather than having your leg kind of in front, open your foot out as wide as you can. Depending on where you're at, maybe wrap around and maybe press your fist into the ground. Other hand on the inside of this knee. Just hold it here. Just breathe. Really open. Make sure there's pressure on your arm and on your hand. One more deep breath. Now drop your knee into the center and pull to the back. Drop to the center and pull, pull, pull. Drop to the center and pull. Drop to the center. This is it. This is the last bit. Drop to the center. Just one more. And pull. Nice job. Just open that out. You can wiggle your toes. You can come down to your low point. Honestly, I don't even think we need a stretch because we really stretch the entire time, but maybe a figure 4. So just come into that figure 4 position. Everything should feel loose and open right now. It was almost like an entire stretch workout, so I really feel like we don't need a major stretch at all. But that definitely feels good. Maybe loosen up through the upper body a little bit. Just reach and reach. Roll the shoulders. And that is it. Thanks so much for joining me for hip mobility openers. I definitely feel opened by that workout. I hope you enjoyed it and I hope it helps you with your posture, with any injuries. It's definitely one of those things. Tight hips can cause so many imbalances and it's good to really take care of our hip health, especially as we get older. Hope you enjoyed it. See you again very soon. Bye for now.